learning that I've gotten after scaling ad accounts from zero to up to 50,000 rupees per day. Okay, so I'm going to talk from that experience. We have had multiple case scenarios where we have taken ad accounts from zero to spending 10,000, 15,000, and they all started with like 500 per day, and then they went to like 10,000, then 20, then 30. So we've had multiple such cases and scenarios where we did that. But every time we scaled these accounts, right, these businesses basically, because scaling accounts means scaling businesses, right? So every time we scaled these accounts and ultimately scaled the businesses couldn't sustain the scale. Okay, and I'm telling you that 99% of the times this is what happened with businesses. So if you are that someone who's always wanting to scale ad accounts to 8 figures and you want to like make a lot of money through Facebook ads, and you always wonder that why am I not able to grow my business, then this video is going to be very helpful for you because I'm going to tell you not something just to make you subscribe to my channel. Okay, not from the angle of that, hey, just make पैसों की बारिश हो जाएगी. No. Scaling is not what it is, and I do not want to set wrong expectations, at least for people who listen to me. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the truth, and the truth is this: that when we scale businesses, and out of my experience of doing it through Facebook ads, what ends up happening is that people think that scaling, usually how we think is that, say for example, right now you are making 1 lakh per month, and let's say for example you're selling something worth 1,000 rupees. So to make 1 lakh per month, you will think, and let's say you are doing that already, so that means you're selling 100 units of it, right? 1,000 into 100 is 1 lakh. Now if you think about and plan to scale, and let's say now your new goal is to go from 1 lakh per month to 10 lakh per month, all that you will think like will be that I have to now sell 1,000 units. So you will think like I have to multiply 1,000 things, like sell 1,000 units of this product, because 1,000 into 1,000 is equal to 10 lakh. So our human minds, it works this way. When we think about scaling, we are like, okay, first when we dial something in, when we know that, okay, this is working and we've gotten it working, and then we think like, okay, now we want to grow. So all that we have to do is we have to sell this, which means now if I'm currently, say for example, if I'm spending 20,000 rupees to make 1 lakh, then if I have to make 10 lakh, I just have to 10 times that. So we think like, okay, so I'm going to spend 2 lakh rupees and then I'm going to make 10 lakh. That's how we calculate the scaling. Like that's how scaling mindset works really. But the reality is something else. That scaling doesn't work like that. And out of my experience of helping other clients make money, grow their accounts, and then see them struggle. Like every time we scaled and then we did it for a few weeks and then they were like, everything started to break for them. So I want to make you understand something, which is that when you scale, right, you scale your business, there are a lot of factors that you have to take into account before you even consider scaling your business. For example, the first and the most important thing that you should keep in mind before you plan your scale or exponential scale is the fulfillment. And people underestimate the power of fulfillment, because fulfillment is long-term approach. If you do not think about fulfillment, then you have a short-term mindset, which is unfortunately never going to last. And it's just a matter of time. You can run away from it. You can shut this video off. You can go back to your daily life and forget about it. Listen to people who will tell you that you can do 1 crore in 1 month, do 10x ROAS in 30 days. Listen to them. And then just come back to this video 6 months, 12 months down later. Because what I'm telling you is the reality, right? And such sabko sunna nahi hota. But chalo, aap sun rahe ho to aapko sunata hu. So, fulfillment is the real marketing, they say. Because fulfillment, if you focus on fulfillment, that means you will be focusing on your client experience, your customer experience, which is what customers really want. I always tell one thing that to my students and my clients, that it is not that customers are not buying. The question you want to ask yourself is, are they going to buy from you? Because if they're not buying from you, means that they're just not liking your product or service as much, right? Okay, not everybody is going to keep buying from you, but at least some good percentage of people should come back to you, should become your repeat buyers. And that's only going to happen when your fulfillment is top notch, which means your is great, your experience, your customer client experience is top notch, and if that happens, only then people are going to come back to you, which means your fulfillment needs to be, you have to think about all the little moving parts. You have to think about the customer experience, the onboarding experience. Once someone when someone makes a transaction, completes a transaction online, what happens then? What's the welcome message you send? Are you sending a welcome message on WhatsApp? Are you sending a welcome email? Are you doing it? If yes, then how much are you personalizing that experience? Are you just sounding like any brand, like which is like very salesy kind of a message, or are you like personalizing the experience? Because personalization is the name of the game. You have to personalize the experience. So how much are you personalizing it? One brand that I want to give a shout out to, I don't know if you know them, is Melange Box. Melange Box they sell t-shirts and clothes, basically a clothing brand. And their emails are very personalized, and the founder takes out time to write emails, and it's amazing emails. Okay, so you can probably funnel hack them and maybe learn from them. But yeah, if you're in e-commerce, but that's what I wanted to tell you. And rest apart from that, so this is like fulfillment, right? So think about the client onboarding, the client experience, and how much do you nurture the clients, tell them about the vision of the brand, like why you do, what do you stand for. You have to educate think like your customers as your tribe, as your family. Don't think of them as just a number on the Excel sheet. That's the mindset, that's the kind of mindset which is required to give importance to fulfillment. And I'm telling you, it's not that one thing is going to make you win. The reality in business is that you're going to require all of these pieces to be dialed in, and you have to strike that fine balance of being good at all of these areas. So the first area is fulfillment. That's the first area. Before you plan your scale, you have to think about how much can you scale. And when the scale happens, queries will come, customers will have questions, or refunds will come, etc. All of these things will happen. Will you be able to, do you have a plan to manage it? If you don't have a plan to manage it, your fulfillment will break, and as a result, you will just destroy your brand, which could probably become a big brand. But because you did not focus on fulfillment, you scaled mindlessly, and you just will now lose all your efforts, because now you will not have repeat buyers. And that's unfortunate reality of a lot of businesses. That's why investors, they lose money, right? Because they invest in the founder, in the business, in the founder, and then suddenly after investing a bomb, they come to realize that people are not coming back, right? Because they are not focusing on fulfillment. They are just focusing on selling, right? And there you go. So it's an important aspect of this game, fulfillment. Okay, so you have to think about everything when it comes to fulfillment. Everything means everything. Like, how will you compensate your team? How will you make sure that your team is at par and extremely motivated when the pressure kicks in? Because when a lot of customers come, then a lot of queries and questions will come, and support is required, more support is required. So your staff, you need to have enough number of people to handle things, and then those people should always feel motivated to help you, because otherwise things will break, and then as a result you will not be able to scale. So that's the number one mistake. Okay, fulfillment. People don't focus on fulfillment. Without focusing on fulfillment, they end up scaling. So you need to have a game plan of fulfillment. Second thing that you must understand when you scale is realizing that when you scale through advertising, or scaling in general, or if you're only doing advertising and you are exponentially trying to scale your business, you will not be able to scale with a lot. Like, your profit margins are going to reduce, and people don't have that mindset. They have wrong expectations, because I think they're learning from wrong people. They're listening to wrong people, I feel. Because when you scale, your profit margins will decrease. No matter what you sell, at whatever price you sell, your profit margins are going to decrease. And the reason why I say that is because when you scale, you'll have to now hire a team, because you're going to focus on fulfillment. You're going to have to pay more incentives and compensation to your team, so that you keep them motivated at scale, so that your business doesn't break. That means your profit margins are going to reduce. When you increase your budget of your advertising, your CPMs and your CTRs will decrease, your CPM will rise. Why? Because as you increase the budget, your same ads will be shown to the same people more number of times than before, because only active users will get the impressions who are active on the platform, right? And when there's a limitation of that, then you can't really do much. So your cost will increase. And then when you talk about other things, like for example, when you scale, then apart from like these things, what will another very important point that people forget is that your peace of mind, right? You will start to lose your peace of mind because you did not anticipate all of this coming your way. You thought that I'm just going to increase the budget and life will become jhingalala, and unfortunately that jhingalala doesn't happen. So I feel that people must realize that when you are scaling, you have to think about all of these different little nuances, so that when you scale your business, you're able to sustain the performance at scale and not just become a one-shot wonder. Okay, and that's what my suggestion and recommendation to you is, that working on business building foundations is equally important, which is all to do with lifetime value. Lifetime value per customer is only going to come from when you focus on fulfillment, because if you're not focused on fulfillment, people are not going to buy again from you. So there you go, you're going to miss out on a lot of things. And also one more thing, like you can't just, when you scale your ad budget, like from exponentially, let's say you start spending like anywhere around like 8 to 10 lakhs per month, then you cannot sustain the performance of advertising if you are not working on your organic content at the same time. That's the truth. Because people would, what happens is, your advertising is, if they don't know you, then advertising will help you start a conversation with them. Like they will now get to know you. And some people would, they would buy whatever it is that you're selling, but a lot of people would want to search about you. They would want to search about your brand. So they'll probably initiate a Google search and then Instagram search, and they don't find you anywhere active, then you will be treated like a nobody. And people, see, always plan your marketing and your business building for the most skeptical mind. And how do you convince the most skeptical mind? Tell me. With proof, right? So you have to just work your way to present them with undeniable proof, and that's the way I work. Like there's so much of proof that now I have gathered for the work that I do, that only a blind man will not trust me, because everything that I say is out of experience. Like this, everything is documented, so it cannot be doubted. That's what I'm saying. So you have to think like all these aspects, and you need to have a game plan to scale. Like, okay, if I'm going from 10,000 per day and I'm making right now on ad spend, and I'm making right now, say for example, X amount of money, but now I want to go from 10,000 per day and I want to go to 50,000 per day, then you need to have a game plan ready. That to do that, I'm going to start working on these things. I'm going to start working on fulfillment, team management, team hiring, organic content creation, and more SKUs if you're doing e-commerce. If not SKUs, then if you're doing digital products, then I'm going to think about upsells. I'm going to think about what could be my premium offerings. And only then you will be able to sustain the growth at scale, because the profit margin will reduce if you're only counting on 1 or 2 products. That's what you want to understand about scaling businesses. I will highly recommend you to follow 2 channels. One channel I would recommend you to follow is Y Combinator. Okay, this is on YouTube, on business building. Awesome channel, and it will give you some genuine learning experience. So Y Combinator. Another one is Harvard Innovation Labs. I don't think they publish new videos now, but you can scroll past their previous videos and you will learn a lot. Okay, you can thank me later for that. That's it for now. I'm gonna meet you inside the next video. Bye.